Have you ever played an online PC game that just completely hooked you? Today, I'm super excited to share something I've been working on. I took the legendary 2003 online TPS GunZ The Duel and ported the entire thing to run right in your browser. That's right, no downloads, no install, nothing. Just open a link in Google Chrome or any modern browser and boom, you're playing. For anyone who played GunZ back in the day, doesn't that sound like straight-up magic? Even crazier, 99% of the new code I had to write was handled by AI. What would have normally taken years, or maybe forever for one person, I finished in just 3 weeks. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I did it, the insane technical hurdles we faced, and how AI basically turned impossible into done. First, a quick refresher on what GunZ actually is. Developed by Mayet in Korea and published in Japan by Game On, it's this wildly stylish action shooter. You wall jump, dash, cancel animations, switch between swords and guns midair, pure chaos and freedom. I was obsessed with it back then, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you were too. After the source code leaked around 2007, the community kept private servers alive for years. But in over 20 years, nobody ever managed to get the full game running in a browser. Until now. On my site, you just click the link and play instantly. Doesn't matter if you're on Windows, Mac, Linux, or even your phone. iPhone, Android, it works. And this isn't some recreation or inspired by version. I'm using the original leaked source code, compiled and running exactly the same way it did in 2003. Fun fact, I actually tried rebuilding GunZ from scratch for the browser a few years ago. Total disaster. I barely got maps loading before I gave up. Rewriting a whole game engine solo? Yeah, not happening. So this time I went a completely different route. Compile the original C++ source straight to WebAssembly, WASM. Thanks to Emscripten, turning C++ into something that runs in the browser is possible these days. But there was one gigantic problem. GunZ is a Windows-only game. It uses Direct3D, the old DirectX graphics API that only exists on Windows. Browsers have webgl, no Direct3D. That means, in theory, you'd have to rewrite the entire rendering engine, tens of thousands of lines, by hand. Yeah, that's a lifetime project. I shelved the idea for years thinking, cool in theory, impossible in practice. Then AI changed everything. I thought, if I can't write it myself, why not let AI do almost all of it? I brought in Google's Antigrity first, then switched to Claude Code, the high quota plan. Antigrity was mind-blowing. I fed it huge chunks of the codebase. It analyzed Windows-specific parts, set up the Emscripten build environment, fixed compatibility issues, stuff that would have taken me weeks or months, done in minutes while I was out grabbing drinks with friends. I have never felt so emotional as a programmer. Wait, it's just done? Later, I hit Google's rate limits pretty hard, so I moved to Claude Code for the heavy lifting. Holy crap, that thing fixed bugs I'd been stuck on for a week in just a few hours. It's like having a genius programmer who never sleeps working right beside you. Now, the biggest monster, that Direct3D dependency. Solution? I didn't rewrite the game code. Instead, I built a real-time wrapper/translator, Direct3D calls/webgl calls on the fly. The game thinks it's talking to Direct3D like normal. My wrapper intercepts every command, draw this square, set this texture, and instantly translates it to WebGL for the browser. Zero changes to the original rendering code. And yes, AI agents did the vast majority of the heavy implementation work here too. But graphics are only part of it. To make a full online game run in the browser, we had to solve a bunch more huge problems. First, networking. Believe it or not, the entire game server is also running inside your browser now. I compiled the original C++ source to WASM and run it in a web worker, basically a background thread. All online communication is faked with in-browser message passing, so it's a completely serverless online game, 100% local, but still feels like the real deal for solo play or local deathmatch. Second, sound. GunZ used Fmod back in the day. I replaced everything with Web Audio API, 3D positional audio, BGM streaming, the works. Over 1,200 lines of reimplementation, again, mostly guided and written with AI help. Third, data size and loading speed, because nobody likes waiting forever on a browser game. Original sound effects were massive WAV files. I converted them all to Opus, cut the audio size by 88%, then used S3 plus CloudFront CDN so the site loads and you're playing in under 10 seconds. Looking back, I didn't have deep expertise in 3D game dev.
webgl, direct 3D wrappers, these were all new areas for me until AI came along. But I've been waiting for this moment for years, the moment when AI evolves enough that one person's crazy dream, no matter how technically blocked, can actually become real. A game I waited hours to install and patch 20 years ago is now alive again, running smoothly on a browser canvas with one click. If you used to play GunZ back in the day, seriously, go check out the site right now. Those memories are going to hit hard. Even if you're just into tech, AI, or crazy engineering stories, I think you'll love seeing what happens when old-school passion meets modern tools. I've set up a Discord community too, so come hang out, share clips, talk bugs, whatever. Link in the description, or just search gunz.sigger.io or whatever the final URL ends up being. Thanks for watching. Go play some GunZ, and I'll see you in the arena. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more insane projects and updates coming your way.